Welcome to Tricia's Rose City Framing Podcast, where we explore the art, craftsmanship, and stories behind custom picture framing in East Texas. This show is hosted by Tricia Pottinger, owner of Tricia's Rose City Framing in Tyler, Texas. Each episode takes a closer look at what goes into preserving meaningful items, from family heirlooms to fine art. You'll hear real insights, practical guidance, and stories that highlight why quality framing matters. Let's dive in.
One question I get asked a lot is, what is the most unique or challenging thing you've ever framed? And oh my, there are quite a few, but one that really stands out is a 2,000-year-old artifact that came through our shop right here in East Texas. It really makes people pause and ask, how do you even begin to handle something like that? Now, when someone brings in something that old, the first thing we really want to understand is the story behind it. Where did it come from? How has it been stored? And what does it mean to them? Because it's important that we approach it with the right level of care and respect from the very beginning. This particular piece was what's known as a Roman tear bottle, and it had incredible historical significance. It was delicate, irreplaceable, and honestly, a little intimidating at first. But I truly believe that when something like that is trusted to you, you honor that trust by doing the work the right way. So the question becomes, how do you frame something without even touching it? That's where the craft really comes in, and it's something that takes years of experience in problem solving. We had to design a solution that would support and display the piece safely without causing any stress or damage to it at all. We actually framed this project as a team, because it was complex enough that multiple perspectives were needed. We talked through materials, spacing, support systems, and even how the environment inside the frame would affect the piece over time. It wasn't rushed and it wasn't simple, but it was done with intention. One thing people may not realize is that preservation framing is very different from just putting something in a frame. In Tyler, Texas, and across East Texas, we see a lot of items that have been damaged simply because they were not handled properly from the start. And once that damage happens, sometimes it cannot be reversed. So let me answer this clearly. Can you frame something like this yourself at home? You can try, but most people don't have access to the materials or the techniques needed to preserve something at that level. And that's not a knock on anyone. It just speaks to the fact that this is truly a specialized craft. For us, it's important that every decision we make is based on long-term preservation, not just how it looks today. We think about how that piece will hold up years from now, even decades from now, because when you're dealing with something that has already lasted 2,000 years, you don't want to be the reason it doesn't last longer. What I love most about projects like this is that they remind us why we do what we do. It's not just about frames or materials. It's about protecting history and meaning. And even here in a small shop in Tyler, Texas, we get to be a part of something much bigger than ourselves. That same level of care goes into everything we do, whether it's a historical artifact or a family photograph. We really want people to feel confident bringing us their most important pieces. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the item itself, it's about what it represents. If there's one takeaway from this story, it's this. Anybody can try to frame something, but not everybody can preserve it. And when it comes to the things that matter most, it's worth doing it right the first time.
Thank you for listening to Tricia's Rose City Framing Podcast. If you have something meaningful you're thinking about framing, Tricia and her team would love to help. You can visit Tricia's Rose City Framing at 214 Shelley Drive in Tyler, Texas, or reach out at 903-321-4060 to learn more about custom framing and preservation services. Be sure to subscribe for more episodes focused on craftsmanship, care, and preserving what matters most.